The Dwarves of Erebor defend the mines of Moria here in today's Dawnless Days siege battle. And do you call this a mine? Yes, apparently so. It's a bit of a ruin, but yes, Erebor is, I guess, trying to sort of reconsolidate in Moria. But the goblins are not having any of it, and they are back to try and reclaim what they believe is their halls, which the dwarves believe are their halls. But yeah, we are back with another glorious Dawnless Days as well. This is a 1v1 done on Moria. It's been a little while since we've actually done a Moria map. It felt like at one point it had been pretty much just every single siege back to back was Moria. We had, yeah, at one point a bit of a Moria overhaul. And just basically it was just Moria every single siege. But it's been a while. I've taken a break from this map, but we're back now. We do have just the goblins here attacking, and then the dwarves of Erebor defending. Like I said, it's a 1v1. It's on large armies though. There's 3,000 dwarves against about 6,500 goblins. It's pretty decent ratios for the goblins. It's not bad. It's not great. I would say I feel like they might want even more, to be honest. They've got wargs, weirdly, and some trolls, of course. Well, actually, I think I've seen trolls. Yeah, there they are. I was going to say, I couldn't see them then. Yeah, 2 mountain trolls. Got a load of wargs, which are probably bringing down the unit count, because I think it could be higher. They could be pushing 7,500 troops if the goblins wanted to. But they chose not to. They decided to go with a bit of cavalry for some bizarre reason. Don't know why. Maybe the wargs are going to be useful. I don't think they're going to be that great, useful really in a battle like in narrow sort of passageways like Moria has, but we'll see. But yes, it's good to be back, do some more Dawnless Days. We've done a unit overview recently, but I thought, for those of you that crave a bit of bloodshed and a bit of siege action, we needed a good old siege. And I've been told this one is really, really close. So definitely get yourself some snacks, get yourself some drinks, and prepare for a bit of a chill Sunday if you're watching it live, like on the day of release, or maybe you're watching it on another day. But enjoy having a bit of a chill out and enjoy a bit of Lord of the Rings action. I really hate that they're fighting in this area. I really hope that they don't carry on fighting here. I think just the one unit of Dwarven Company is being used to defend it. It doesn't look like they're sending anything else further forward, which I like. I am not a big fan of people defending this choke point because it's just one narrow choke point, and it kind of like defeats the point of fighting on a larger map. The 3 choke points that he's defending is usually what is agreed as like sort of like the first place that you can defend. And then you can obviously go further and further back. This map is massive. Do you fight on most of this? No, not really. It's not really the case. People usually don't really get further than sort of fighting in these passageways here. Usually, either they defeat the defenders or the attackers are defeated themselves in those passageways in Moria. Well, the dwarves are starting to die. They're slowly getting cut down. Dwarven Company is not exactly that great. It's not an elite type unit. It's a medium melee at the best. And you can see there's Iron Guards waiting. We've got 3 units of Iron Guards all in choke points waiting. And he's got Erebor Spear Guards over here as well. So yes, solid units. I do like the Spear Guards and their look. I think they just look awesome. So we're going to put about like the basic Erebor sort of armor, and then when they have the spears as well, they look great. They've got halberds stacking on top, so they're going to be really tough to get through. We've got a few submods being used. We have Warriors of Ardor on, which adds the Shield Bearers of Belagos, which is a tier 3 sword unit. So yeah, they don't have a sword unit by the Dwarven Company. They have mainly axes, which are the axe warriors here. I think these guys are pretty similar in stats. I could be wrong. I mean, actually, they're tier 4. They're not tier 3, so they're better than the Erebor Axe Warriors, the Shield Bearers of Belagos. I thought they always were tier 3 because they had the same armor, but apparently not. We've got Erebor Axe Guards back there. I don't think there's any other units that are new. I guess Balin is Durin's Guard, of course. Yeah, Balin and the Durin's Guard, which is an insane bodyguard. It's a 60 dwarf size unit, not man, I guess you should be saying. But yeah, this bodyguard is insane. It's got a big old sort of sledgehammer for a weapon as well. And Balin, yeah, gets them. Instead of Mansion Claimants, you can bring 3 Mansion Claimants if you want to. Well, not 3, sorry. You can bring 2 instead. Or it might still be capped at 1. I might be just chatting rubbish there. We've got wargs in here now, so he has actually sent warg riders in as this goblin player. Don't know if it's really going to work. I don't know if they're really going to get a charge, like going through some of their own spears. Also interesting that he did send spears, goblin spearmen, forward rather than... well, he has sent shocking mounted marauders, but they don't seem like that at the front. This Dwarven company is slowly dying. Some of the wargs are getting in behind, biting at the heels and the ankles of the dwarves there. This defense should eventually give way. I'm surprised the Dwarven company's held on this long. 50 guys left, wavering. There you go, finally. Very, very nice. While that's been going on, the entire Goblin army over here has arrived. Look at that, like, look at all those goblins. Imagine if you had an artillery piece just to land in that. That would be insane. So many units just stood on top of each other there. That is insane. And they're all shouting over each other as well, just so they can be heard. And then we've got still plenty out here. We've got all the Mordor Uruks, the bodyguards. We've got the High Chieftain's Guard as well, all out there. Trolls coming in next. I don't think they're going to get used. And we've got the Goblin King as well leading the way. Yeah, finally it looks like Dwarven Company are going to rout. And then after that, the siege really gets underway because we'll have engagements on multiple fronts, and the Dwarves will actually have to do a bit more defending, a bit more micro required. Right now, minimal micro being done by the Dwarves. There you go, Dwarves finally broken there. Took their time, but they finally broke. I mean, yeah, they killed like nearly 200 goblins in that defense. It's not too bad at all, nearly 200. And what, lost like 150 there. I can hit cavalry, but is it just the wargs? I think it is. I know the Dwarves have cavalry available in their roster, but I don't think they brought any. They just sound very much like cavalry instead. I guess they haven't maybe made any sort of unique sound for wargs running around.
Enemy forces have destroyed an entire
Marauders is
unit.
going to carry on. It doesn't look like he's going to rest up. Looks like he's just going to carry on in. Dwarves, I imagine, aren't going to be shooting anything with their crossbows other than maybe archers or trolls. I think that's all they're honestly going to be using their crossbows on. Is I would do the same. Just shoot trolls. You've got a really solid defense here. It's going to make it really difficult to kill stuff. Halberds already integrated into the spear lines, which is a bold move. I'm not usually a big fan of this, but it does save bringing them up and getting shot on their way forward. So might actually be able to get some kills. And it looks like I said, goblins aren't slowing down. They're just going to go straight on in. Pretty sure this tier 3 Goblin Spearman is technically a Warriors of Arda unit as well that's been added on. I don't think they're available in vanilla. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they don't have this available. Pretty sure their spears are pretty lacking for the Goblins. They could go in. They're not going to. But by the looks of it, they need stuff that's going to be able to like sort of charge. And there you go. Volleys of crossbows actually are firing in. Iron Hill crossbows firing into the back there. Just save your ammo. Like these, the shield bearers here will kill these marauders easily. There you go. Looks like it's easily being dealt with there by the dwarves. Oh, rip in peace of that guy. He's been cut down. They do seem to lose their shield when they go into melee. When they have an animation, you can see it there. Like it just pops in and out. I don't know if that's what's going on there. It's a bit of a little glitch that might need sorting out. I'm seeing more volleys being fired though. They are shooting at the crossbows, so that is what they're aiming at, is the dwarves. They're using one of their Iron Hail crossbows to shoot at those, which is, I mean, like I said, not a bad idea if you want to kill the goblin archers. The heavy archers are really good. Oh, it's from over there. It's these ones. Yeah, it's 2 units there firing. Not a bad idea, doing a bit of damage already. They are now going to respond and shoot back. Are the goblins. They are airball crossbows. So these are fairly well armored, but they're already taking losses. You can see here, this one getting focused down, already losing 10 guys. This one is actually, yeah, the goblin heavy archers. They have less morale actually than the cheaper archers. So bringing these guys, it's actually an interesting choice if you're looking at like morale and actually a unit staying in the field a bit longer. These goblin heavy archers, yeah, already wavering and nearly breaking there. So that's a really good result there for the goblins. Issue is the dwarves are going to have to fall back soon because they don't have the range. Probably, actually, they have range enough to get this next unit as well. Maybe not the ones further on though. And the line fight has begun. You can see the dwarves there are changing their angle with their crossbows, hoping that maybe it's going to preserve them. I don't know what they're thinking there. Interesting duels to start with. I feel like Goblins probably came out on that one on top. This arable crossbow here is pretty much dead. Goblin units are sort of being preserved right now. A lot of ammo is also being used by the crossbows here to try and take out these archers, which, like I said, is a big win. It really does help out, but you're not then shooting. They're not shooting other units, and I guess they can resupply. Can the dwarves? They could actually resupply over there with that barrel. Don't know if they've got any other ones, but they're not shooting trolls of those crossbows, which is what they need to be doing as well. Lots of goblin spears here leading the way to go in first, which they're not gonna achieve a lot. Black Shield Guard, another Warriors of Arda unit. Just, I think it's a slightly worse sword. I think it's worse than the Goblin Blade Warriors. I could be wrong. Might be slightly better. It's still tier 3. It's not much better, if it is better. If fighting Iron Guards, it's not going to have any fun there, that's for sure. Now all the goblins bring in all their archers to bear once again. They're firing at the Ice Age Iron Hills over here, which is an even cheaper and less armored one. They've brought a couple of those. Yeah, spears dying immediately. The halberds here having quite a lot of joy. They've lost quite a few guys, about 20. But they have actually killed quite a lot of these spears off. Look at that glistening line of dwarves. Second line of dwarves already coming up. They don't really need to reinforce, but they are going to. Goblins here, yeah, having a real fun time right now, just getting impaled on pole arms. We need to do something. I'd say those archers might need to look at maybe trying to shoot pole arms. They're still trying to deal with these crossbows back here. They're using their ammo from them. I would say, yeah, there's more like 3/4 of their ammo left. But yeah, they're shooting Balin. I don't know if they're intentionally trying to shoot him, but they are. He's getting hit. I mean, front on with the amount of armor Balin has, put him in shield wall. They have got no chance of killing him. But I think they are trying to shoot the Iron Hill crossbows, but I was just accidentally getting shot. Yeah, that unit of Iron Hill crossbows is getting absolutely lasered. There's 4 units of archers there doing a good amount of damage. That will, like 4 archer units combining together, does a lot of damage. And you can see, look at this, dwarves now firing with their other crossbows. They're able to get the goblins here can't fire all units in the same direction. If the dwarves bring up all their crossbows and shoot them from different angles, they're going to get shot in the crossfire in this sort of blob that they're kind of forming here. And already, look at that, goblin heavy archers wavering once again. They're getting chevrons though. They're earning chevrons. Killing more Iron Hill crossbows over here. Arable crossbows there. I thought they had more arable crossbows, but maybe not. Maybe they just had the one after all. The Iron Hill crossbows are capped at 3. Now they're using ammo to shoot at the pole arms here, which is not going to work at all. I mean, they're being helped by being blocked by Iron Guards here. So, again, kind of wasting ammo. And, I mean, if they're trying to shoot the arable spear guards, well, not a good idea. Just wasting ammo. The goblins, yeah, kind of running out of ideas to use their archers. That's for sure. They've got no more range as well. I did wonder whether they'd be able to bring any more. And they can't. They're nearly out of ammo. That could be devastating. Have they brought pole arms of their own? Because goblins do have access. And the answer is no. They've got a lot of shock. A lot of man marauders, mortar uruks. We've got the bodyguards as well. But not a pole arm in sight. So they can't challenge the pole arms. like in a polearm fight, which, to be honest, Goblin polearm's not bad at all. The trolls might be able to do some damage. If they can use up all the ammo of the crossbows, they might actually be able to basically send in the trolls pretty safely, and they might be able to deal with the Erebor halberds. Only thing is if that player is aware he can resupply in the supply barrel. But yeah, they seem to actually be contending with these Goblin archers quite well. They're nearly out of ammo. They still have a healthy Erebor Iron Hail crossbow there to use. And a relatively healthy one over on that side as well. They're just basically, I think they're shooting and then just moving them. The micro from the player is really good right now for the Dwarves. Well, the Iron Guards here. Iron Guards? Iron Guards. I don't know what I was on about there. But yeah, they're holding on. They can send in the Shield Bearers Belagos. I think he's just cycling units out, freshening them up. The Black Shield Guard here, yeah, exhausted, shaken. Only killed 6 Iron Guards, so they're having no problem there. And I think we're going to see an advance here. I think Erebor's like, you know what, I'm going out. And he is. He's going to charge in. Shield Bearers and Belagos going in. Whether that was a wise idea, I don't know. And I think accidentally the Goblins have attacked the unit behind. So the Shield Bearers are already like, their formation's broken. They're getting isolated. It looks very cool, to be fair. There's just like little pockets of fighting going on. Like this guy here all on his own is taking on numerous goblins. Oh, he's dead. Rip in peace. Like dwarf there. Rip in peace. There you go, the spears are breaking here, which so the offensive on the Shield Bearer is not a bad idea. Axe Warriors went in as well. So they're really trying to push back those goblins. They're not going to attack them because they were just standing off each other. So they're like, you're not going to attack us, we'll attack you. Kind of worked. They're now sending in shock though. I think they are trying to goad the goblins back onto the polearms here, try to do some damage to them that way. Swords over there finally breaking Mountain Marauders going in. Seeing a lot of tier 2 stuff still. And numbers wise, 2,600 against 5,500. So done some damage. I wouldn't say enough, to be honest. I think, looking at the kills, yeah, they've lost like 500. They killed about 1,100. Going off that rate, they're probably it's gonna be close, that's for sure. As it's actually it's going at the rate. It's currently going they're going kind of man for man. You know, it's sort of like, well, it's, you know, it's a 1-to-1 ratio like in losses. Because they're losing about 500 men. So say, yeah, like every 500 that the Dwarves are losing, they're killing about 1,100. That actually does kind of calculate that the Dwarves will either just about win or just lose. It's a very close fight so far, very close. I personally think bold strategies like this, they're going to be few and far between though. It can't really be being too aggressive kind of Dwarves, because yeah, these units are losing quite quickly. Shield Bearers Belagos here definitely died. Could get more kills. This is huge though. We've got Mountain Trolls going in, and unsupported. There is no crossbows over here, though, at the moment. And I'm seeing no sign that any crossbows are being sent in that direction. So it's going to be a polearm job and a spear job here to try and get through. I'd send in a good shock infantry to support these guys, and they can get something done. Iron Guards losing decisively as well. So yeah, get some good shock infantry in there. Like, something better than Mountain Marauders. Get some Urks up there or something. We've got plenty back here. And the Goblin Bodyguard, yeah, get some of these forward, get them doing something. If you're going to send your trolls in, you've got to send in some of your best stuff with them, I feel like, to make the most of this push. So yeah, Iron Guards are losing occasionally, they are going to losing decisively. So that's because of the trolls. But if you send in like a really good shock to support, they'll definitely get some damage done. One troll already dying though, as you can see there. He's like, no! They don't last long, these mountain trolls. You gotta, like I said, you gotta take advantage of when they make a push. Because yeah, these shock here, they're losing immediately. So yeah, this is maybe looking a bit desperate already from the player. And actually, wow, are they able to arc that far? What, my gosh, yeah, Iron Hill crossbows arcing, and that's what's causing the trolls I think to die a little bit as well as the armor-piercing shots are getting through. Where's the other troll? Oh, it's over here. It actually has gone in. This one's gone in. They're both double, like, bronze chevron. I think they started with them. My guards here are getting slapped about. Like, this is where you need, yeah, they've got Mountain Warriors up here again. Again, get some really good shock in there. We've got Barrack Guard going in. All the dwarves. They're setting in elites to try and stop these guys. You need to get some elites to back up your big push here. In my opinion. The blue coats of the Barrack Guard here, holding the line. And these trolls, more importantly, are out of range of any crossbows firing onto them, so they are going to be pretty safe. The other trolls, yeah, they're dying. They're down to 4 out of 8. They need more shock in there because they're not going to be unsupported. They need something in there to support that fight. They are shooting shock infantry over here. The goblins, which that's something I guess. And I've finished off killing their crossbows. The crossbows still have quite a lot of ammo, even if they're a 28-man unit. They're still doing damage to that mountain troll over there. I mean, it's probably also the halberds as well. Yeah, that's not a good sign. Goblins are pretty much out of ammo. I think they are out of ammo, actually. That's going to be like the last volley there being fired. And there you go, troll breaks. That's one of the 2 troll units gone. They did eventually bring crossbows around to fire at them face on. But yeah, that's not good at all. That is not good. Early troll loss. This one has got a lot of pressure now. It's the hand to make a breakthrough somewhere. The thing is, these mountain trolls, they're good, but I don't know if they're going to have enough to carve through all of these, And honestly, I feel like in a game like this, where you don't know maybe what to bring, sort of like as your general ability. Generally, I actually think there might be a call because it's going to be a grindy siege, pretty much, and the trolls are having to be sent in. I generally think bringing second wind might be an idea because yeah, they're getting tired of these trolls. Instead of risking pulling them out, just which is I think like that's when they start to die. When they start to get tired, exhausted. I mean, you can try and pull them out if he wants to. He might want to try. I mean, he also can pull through with trolls, and he hasn't really done that at all, which I was kind of expecting him to do against the pole arms. Didn't really do it. But yeah, you could maybe bring your general ability of second wind, because using Warcry and dwarves, I mean, the elite units are not going to break easily. And you popping Warcry is not going to change that. So to support your trolls, honestly, second wind might be a play. Because then they'll be energized again, they'll go back to fresh. And they might kill a lot more. It's something I might have to give it a go myself if I do like a Moria one and I'm playing like evil. Because yeah, I feel like that could definitely work. I also find that I also think Moria is so much harder now to attack as the goblins, because crossbows can arc, can do so much more damage. Before they used to only be able to back in the old days, they only used to have direct line of sight. Now that they can arc, they can get a lot more done. I mean, dwarves used to also have archers available, but they are pretty useless now as a unit. They are pretty redundant.
Enemy units have returned to the battle.
This battle line though is looking just lit. Look at that. There's generally a hill of goblins starting to be formed here. hill of dead goblins. You got like a few brave dwarves still fighting on their own. This spearman here, what's he doing? Killed another goblin though. And there's a bit of a mass rout going on here. Heavy goblin, archers breaking, black shields, more heavy archers breaking. There you go. But yeah, a bit of a mass rout. This shocking through here. Marauder might go as well. As might this one. I mean, it's a bit like DI or NTW3. It's like one unit breaks. They're all starting to break along this line. It's insane actually there from the goblin. To see that from the goblin forces. Well done to the dwarves there, holding the line nicely. It's a war of attrition though, and they're down to 1,900 against 3,600. I think that's a good ratio now for the dwarves. I mean, it's basically 2,000 against 3,600. That's a good ratio, and the nasty units like trolls have been used, and they are still dying over here. They have got silver chevrons, so they are getting killed. Like I said, I think you've got to send them forward with some of your elites. You're going to do it. I know there's like, I'll leave elites to the end. But like, if you're trying to use these trolls, either unsupported or with terrible units, they just aren't going to hit. They can kill stuff. They'll kill stuff. But you're not killing stuff quickly enough. Like these marauders, do you think they're killing much? No. The trolls then therefore being hit more because the marauders aren't killing enough of these dwarves. That's my logic behind this. If you had like a really elite, sort of like Goblin Bodyguard or a Mordor Uruk in there, something really good, it'd be killing these these swords off a little bit quicker. That's what I'd be saying. Oh, it's like a shock and a sword would be a great, and a troll. Yeah, excellent. There you go. Look at that. Looks like there's going to be a bit of a retreat, bit of a reorganization. All these marauders that are being brought here by the goblins aren't really getting very far. We're going to see wargs come forward. Whether they're going to be used, these gunbound wargs, I don't know. They might try and cycle charge, but there are pole arms in here, and they could just end up just getting impaled and kebabbed on them. I mean, it looks like they might be going in to support the trolls. Yeah, they are. Another interesting choice. We'll see whether this works. You get a pretty good charge there into the dwarves. At least a good, like they connected quite a few. And they are actually going to finally break this iron guard. And the trolls are kind of continuing down. What is coming in here now? Arable axes, a tier 2 shock. Trolls have progressed. They are dying though still. They are actually, oh, the combat even though. That is not bad. Men are broken. I'm guessing that's the spear in here. Yeah, it's the spear in there. Chalk over here is routing as well. They're going to need to send something forward soon. This is better. They're running out of good stuff. Like cheap stuff. It is just the good stuff left. We've got so many wargs. I feel like this was a really weird choice, bringing just like so many gunbound wargs. Should have just brought more infantry. Just bring like some more chaff if you have to. If you don't have the cash to bring really good stuff, bring like the Night Raiders. Just bring more chaff. I mean, if you combine that, you could have brought another mountain troll. All those wargs could have brought another mountain troll. That would have been useful. The dwarves again kind of feeling like they can push forward. All these marauders finally breaking, and we're going to see, another energized sort of push here from the dwarves. Dwarves, if they wanted to, because there's not really many goblins actually in this sort of like central hall here. They could actually encircle some of these other units and try and just take them out a bit quicker. Because the goblins not really committing. Here we go. As I say, the goblins commit their elites. If I was a dwarf, I'd go out. I'd charge out now and meet them. I think you could take them. We've got 1,000-man difference. Still think you could take them though. I think they've got enough elites that they could win this. I mean, the trolls though are still smacking their way through. This is quite concerning, and they haven't killed a troll in a while. And the dwarves are retreating. We have finally got crossbows over here as well. Yeah, Iron Hill crossbows finally set up. They're going to start firing their darts into these mountain trolls, trying to do some damage yet. Another one drops there. The the Wargs need to continue on, keep chasing these guys. They are falling back, I think, behind this Erebor spear guard line. Need more spears. That probably is what's making the difference. No spears in this fight was meaning these trolls weren't dying really anymore. There you go. The mountain trolls are slowly getting gunned down. That was well played by the Dwarven player, to be honest. And he said he left a Dwarven barrack guard to sort of pin stuff down, and then he's retreated quite effectively behind the spear line. The Wargs here, they're trying to catch the retreating units. Not really having much joy. Getting speared by Erebor spear guards. Yeah, and Wargs there, they're losing decisively. Fighting spears, that will happen to them. There's two of these trolls left. The other trolls, the dead trolls, slipping down the slope. Very nice. Goblin bodyguard going to go down this choke point here. I imagine to challenge the Erebor spear guards. Not a bad counter. This is looking pretty good though. I'd say for the goblins, throw your efforts into breaking through here. Just have stuff stood looking at the dwarves here, as they kind of have been doing. And they've got their Hive Chieftains guards now going in along the whole line.
Their unit has rallied.
It's a good sword, but I don't think it's going to be able to break through all these dwarves.
Broken and are fleeing.
And because the dwarves have so much over here, like, just keep throwing stuff down here. Like, the dwarves are running out. They've got one really healthy shock, which is a tier 2. They've got a healthy spear, which is easily beatable if you set in your like bodyguards. I feel like this is the way to break through. Absolutely. And they got a crossbow there, but that's not going to do much. The trolls are all gone, sadly. They did break, I think, getting shot. But yeah, I think that's the way to break through. These other choke points here that have not really having great support, and they can easily supply each other. I mean, this one's, I guess, can supply the one over there, but it takes a long time to get there. You've got to march all the way down here, all the way around. Dwarves as well. Short legs and they're well armored. They're not speedy, so... And the goblins are speedy. So this should be where they're focusing right now. And I think they can get through. Everywhere else, they just need to pretend that they're going to attack and keep troops pinned there and looking at them. Goes that shock infantry, I guess, to try and maybe even things up. The Goblin Bodyguard is combat even, but is defeating the Erebor Spear Guards in there. So maybe send something else, and maybe some like a sword infantry, maybe some to just so that the shock can maybe pull out if you wanted to, and recycle charge. Goblin Bodyguards over here are losing. These pole arms generally, I imagine, have got some insane kills. They are finally defeating these Erebor Axe Warriors, but the Axe Guards are now in there. Shock infantry, that's going to do okay. We've got good and bad wargs going in again. I mean, if you're going to send in the wargs, I'd send them right down this little gap here. There is a gap in the line here. That is where you've got to send your wargs through. Looks like he could be pulling through, or maybe not. I don't know. Maybe it's just the model just trying to find space. Mordor Uruks over here, they're just getting shot as well in the corner. You need to be careful. You don't want to just get shot for free. Oh, the dwarves have kind of pushed out here. They've been baited out. They're going to get chopped up by those wargs. Gobbled up, maybe. Yeah, the Erebor Axes there, yeah, they made a bit of a mistake. And they kind of overcommitted. Chasing these swords. Really nicely done there by the goblins. Could try that again a couple of times. See whether the player's paying attention with his micro. Shock still plugging away down here. Nothing else yet really on the way from the dwarves. They're quite happy with the situation, I think, in most areas. I mean, like I said, it depends on whether the goblins actually like follow what would be my advice. I mean, they can't hear me. They just, but yes, they could do a really just holding their assaults
Enemy
here. They
units
just
have
they
returned
got
to
just
the
too
battle.
much. There's just too much. The goblins don't have enough, I feel like, to make a sustained push on all three fronts. I mean, they're attritioning these guys down. Balance power is starting to slowly but surely shift in favor of the goblins. In favor of the dwarves. And the goblins have 1,800 troops against 1,200. They have no trolls left. They have cav, which is something, but not in this situation. They'd be, like I said, be better off with more goblins. Goblin bodyguards still having joy though, still kind of chopping the way through. They're trying to cycle charge here.
Nothing remains of
I don't know,
this
they
unit.
pulled out, which is risky because you're just going to lose a lot of troops. Mordor Uruk's going in. These guys are tired, he's going to recharge them. Should pull out if he's not got anything to send to like hold the line. Really. You lose extra troops when you don't need to, but you got a good charge there. Another charge here from the Mordor Uruk goes in. Dwarves here now, under pretty serious pressure. This is, like I said, looking good. Like where that spear goes, he's Erebor Axe won't last, and the Shield Bearers Belagost, I'm not so sure either. So Goblins, like I said, just need to keep pushing there. I mean, they're sending forward more and more over here, just keep contending with this large area. They are slowly, doing some damage, but where you got to do the damage is over here. Just fight where the polearms are. Don't fight in the center. But the polearms are breaking. Polearms are wavering, and they look like they're going to break. They've got a silver chevron. Quite a few units are starting to break down here, actually, for Dwarves. This is pretty huge. I think it's because the Gunboat Wargs are, sort of in behind. And they need to be careful they don't pull through. More Wargs being sent in. He's sending in as many as he can, I think. He's not got a lot of infantry left. They seem like they're doing some damage. Oh, he's shooting the wargs as well with the remaining ammo he's got, which is not a bad idea either. Goblin Bodyguard and Mordor Uruk's now losing down here. This fight just seems to be going backwards and forwards. I feel like this is the way through. I feel like a High Chieftain Guard or something in there and a shock would be good. I don't know if just all shock, maybe. I feel like you need something that's going to be okay in prolonged melee, but they're sending all their swords elsewhere. They're sending them to the main choke points over here. Balin's here, and he'll hold that line for ages with the Durin Guard. This is still a really healthy defense, in my opinion. I mean, you've still got the original Iron Guards in here. You've still got healthy Erebor Axes, and then a not-so-healthy one. Bile in there. Polearms are really healthy. So, yeah, that's definitely not the way through. This is becoming a little bit more possible with all these warg charges going on against the shock infantry. Might be able to do something there.
The enemy have rallied their units.
The wargs, their bodies are starting to pile up now next to the goblins. Thousands of goblins have died in this choke point. Go the Gundabad wargs there. They're going to try and, I guess, contesting the spear guards. It's not really the place to fight. The other side looks like it's okay to fight because there's shock infantry there. Fighting the spears, I'm not so sure. I mean, on the charge, seems like they actually do okay. It might work. There's cycle charging of the wargs. But if they stay in prolonged melee, they will die to these spears. And like I said, the Erebor spear guard, like most of these Erebor units, tier 3, tier 4, they don't break. They will fight to pretty much low numbers. There you go. Actually, yeah, prolonged melee. These Gunbad wargs here, they're starting to suffer against the Erebor guards. I mean, this line is thin. It is thin. We're going to see a Goblin Bodyguard go in. I think it's the last one. And then we see the Goblin King after that. So, yeah, this is kind of the last roll of the dice on that flank. We still got a Sword here, Black Shield Guard, which we rallied. That might want to look at getting these sent back in. This looked like it was promising. Not so promising. Balance of power, 796 against just over 1,000 goblins. That is definitely in favor of the dwarves. They managed to come back from a massive sort of like manpower deficit. Yeah, these shield bearers, they're starting to waver and go. They need to get rid of the spear. The shock won't last them prolonged melee, but neither necessarily will the goblin bodyguards either. Wargs here might be about to break. Oh no, they're breaking through the dwarves. I mean, they need to be careful not to pull through the axe here, but the dwarves have actually kind of shattered here. My gosh, that is huge. And if they can get some rear charges here, they could rout this goblin and this dwarven spear guard. They just need to be careful to pull through units. I think they were okay. It was a bit iffy. I think the units are kind of stretched along a very thin line. But it's been dealt with. They are through on this side here. And now, I mean, to be fair, I'm saying that they'll be in trouble with the dwarves. They've still got some healthy arable axes there, which have been shifted from that other choke point. I think Barlin's also been sent. I think they're going to have to defend this choke point, maybe. I mean, they just go for the cat point, which is way over here. So, yeah, they could just rush for that. Could be the goblins. The game is not over, that's for sure. Van's power is, now shifted back in favor of the goblins a little bit. 750 against 500. And now that choke point's opened up, now the wargs will be useful. They'll be able to wrap around, get some hammer and anvils. Whole arms are starting to die here as well. That's useful for the goblins. That Iron Guard is finally dying. Yeah, I don't know what these remaining dwarves are going to do over here. Whether they're going to try and challenge the wargs and the goblins. They might have to. The wargs are actually not as healthy as I was thinking they would be. They're pretty battered themselves. They should just go for the cat point though. Honestly, wargs should be over here. They should capture this. I think wargs can capture quite quickly as well. Even like a light cav. Like Balin here, and his shock should be enough to defeat this infantry, and even probably the wargs as well. The wargs probably might just break if they get even close to another melee. Over 14 of them left. That one broke pretty quickly going into that melee down there. And I honestly thought this choke point was going to be the way through. I mean, it nearly was as well. Look at that. There's not a lot left. They had one unit sending. I mean, they're going to send the Goblin King in, which that should be enough. I would have thought is enough to get through these guys. But I do not know. They're on breaking point on the dwarves on a lot of places here. Honestly, the two main choke points that they're going to break first, rather than the one I generally thought they're going to break that one when they'll get through.
The men are broken and running for their lives.
And did everything just break there? Yeah, polearms and Iron Guard just all broke there just at the same time. And the goblins are through here now. So they need to push on because the wargs are going to charge in. Looks like they're just going to go straight on in. They shouldn't. They just need to. They're wavering already, but they just need to charge these arrow axes, and then they need to just rush with their infantry here, try and encircle them. I mean, these guys, they're just so bad. One last charge for all time's sake. And there you go, they break. But they did do a bit of damage there to the Ouroboros axes. Just not too bad there. Balin should easily defeat the Black Shield Guard. The Bodyguard, if you can get a good side charge into Balin, that would be a bit of a win. There you go, Balin is now very much engaged. I mean, he's combat even though he got a side charge. Balin here does not give a damn. And it looks like, I mean, there you go, the Goblin King here, he's defeated what remains of the Erebor here, and he's now going to carry on into the Iron Hill Crossbows there. Not too shabby. Looks like 283 against 500, my gosh. Going to see another warg here charging, this might re-rally. Not a bad charge, really they just need to go give a hammer and anvils if they can. Winning this fight, though, the airable axes are,
Men
like,
have
dying.
thrown down
But
their weapons
it's whether the
and are
wargs will
fleeing.
just break first. A charge here from the infantry might be enough. They didn't really charge, kind of just walked in. I don't think the player giving them an attack order, which is a shame. That might actually affect them. Wargs and the Shock both wavering. Shock goes first, though. The Wargs live to fight another day. 13 of them left. Where they can get over here and help kill Balin, I don't know. The the Shock here is dying now. It's been 2v1'd. But yeah, they should have maybe just dashed for the point. Try to get that. But it is insanely close. The crossbows over here, defeated. Now the Goblin King has to dash back over. If I was the Goblins, I would just sit off, wait. You have a 3v2 going on. And I think both sides are going to just rest up and wait for, well, the Goblins in this case are going to wait for their king to arrive. The Shocked actually re-rallied for them there, the Goblin bodyguards. Need to hold on to them. I think these guys are going to fall back. I'd fall back on the point. There are 2 to capture, though, which, you know, to set off the timer. But you do get battlefield morale bonus if you capture 1. So, yeah, might be worth going to capture 1 of these. The Dwarves are just going to give ground, I imagine, here. And retreat. We'll see. Well, maybe not. Goblins are... I think the Goblins will catch them here. Yeah, they're speedy. And you can see the Dwarves there. They're going to, I think, try and make a stand somewhere. Here we go. I mean, looking at what's left, this tier 2 should be beaten by most of these tier 3s and 4s. It's then Balin who, to be honest, he's down as a tier 4, but he honestly should be like a tier 5. Generally, he's that good. Nice little play here from the Goblins, trying to get a little side charge, a little flank with the Mordor Uruks. He's kind of defeated. Yeah, don't go in. Just bait him. That's good. That'll be good. We'll get the side charge there, and now it's going to be general versus general here for the Dwarves versus the Goblins. Balin versus the Goblin King. Balin is going to duel the Goblin King. But yeah, I hope you are, if you're still watching, well done. I mean, you are enjoying what is going to be a cracking siege. Hope you still got some snacks and some drinks to enjoy these last few minutes. It's still going to go down to the wire by the looks of it. It is undecided right now. Generally, I was like, Goblins at one point, they've lost this. Just the percentage, like the numbers-wise, it just does not look good. If it's a 2-1, it's never a good sign. But Goblins, they've managed to pull this back. The Wargs have honestly been a massive help. Did that bodyguard just rout? Yeah, I think it did. That Goblin bodyguard, I think, just routed. That was, like, over here. It re-rallied, and then it looks like it's just routed once again, unfortunately. Mordor Urk's going to cycle in and recharge. Not a bad idea. You can see the axe guards, airable axes try the same. That's a bit risky. You need to be careful about that. There you go. The Mordor Urk's going to go in for side charge. These airable axes, they die. Then Balin could be in trouble. Balin's losing, but so is the Goblin King. Numbers-wise, Balin's got a better percentage, I guess, than the Goblin King. Mighty Team's guards, they're winning. Mordor Urk's winning. It's going to be close, generally. It's going to be close. If that Goblin King dies, I can see these guys, the Goblins mass routing. If Balin dies, then the Dwarves will probably mass rout, I'd imagine. Yeah, literally 78 Dwarves left against 200 Orcs and Goblins. The fate of Moria and who holds its halls and its riches is going to be decided by less than 300 troops. kind of pulling out the Mordor Orcs. It's absolutely legal what he's doing. He's kind of pulled out and gone to the side. He's going to try and get a rear charge. But actually pulling out there might just cost the Goblins this unit here of Mordor Orcs. They re-rally. They aren't wavering anymore. They get another charge. The Dwarves trying to counter-charge with the Arable Axes here. Both are stacking up on their chevrons. Encourage has been popped. Try and give that extra morale boost so these guys don't break down at 28 men left. Even this tier 2, I mean, there you go, they're starting to waver again.
Men are wavering.
They're wavering. This tier 2 shock infantry is refusing to give in, and as I say that, it breaks, of course. That's how it works.
Their general has been
And there you go, General has died. Goblin King has died, though, just as the Arable Axes there break. And now Balin is in the ascendancy in this fight here. What an insane fight. Swords here wavering. The shock infantry's wavering. They can't probably do another pull out and charge. They're going to have to do this one last time. Try and kill off Balin here in this charge. I'm guessing maybe because of numbers they're not going to break. Oh no, they are! There go the Mordor Orcs. They waited too long and they didn't charge in. And it looks like Balin is maybe going to win this. With literally 35 men left. And there you go, he's victorious. The Dwarves hold on with 35 troops left. A Pyrrhic victory for sure. My gosh, what a fight. Remaining 90 troops. I guess it's from, yeah, like literally the Dwarves, literally every unit was either killed to the last man or fought to the last man. Insane. Look at that. That is generally one of the closest battles we have ever seen. My gosh. Thank you to Tazim for sending this one in. It's an insane fight. And well done to Drago as well. Put up an incredible fight as well. Generally thought the man was out. I also was like rating the strategy of the wargs. Some of them didn't do that great. Some did okay. You do wonder whether if you brought maybe one or two less, like the ones that didn't perform so well, maybe if you brought another infantry unit, that might have been all it needed. All it needed was one more infantry unit, and he might have been able to get through. But yeah, some insane kills here. I mean, we've got massive kills for Balin's Durin Guard here, 227. The Shield Bearers of Belagos, 205 kills. Shock getting 169 here. The Barak Guard getting 226. Oh no, Arabax Guard, sorry, getting 226 kills. Where's the Barak Guard? Here, just the one, 183 kills. Arable Axe Warriors getting 187 kills, 230, 233 with the Spear Guards, 249. Iron Guards, 267. But yeah, most units blown away by the Halberds here. 325 kills, 735 kills. I bet this is the one in the really big choke point. Held on for ages. Iron Hill Crossbows, 123 kills, 104 kills to the Arable Crossbows, and 151 with another crossbow there. Then we have the Goblins. Like I said, Drago put up an incredible fight. Generally, they never gave up. Yeah, rightly so. He fought, he nearly won it at the last minute. Goblin King with 119 kills there. We've got the High Chieftain's Guard here with 147 kills. Marauders just spam these guys out, not getting massive kills. Also, they're not going to have massive kills anyway. They're fighting Dwarves, like 70 kills, 72. It's not bad for these Marauders, I guess. Mordor Orcs doing much better, 131, 130. Goblin Bodyguards, 147, 132. Actually kind of underperforming. They're looking at stats, if I remember from the unit overview, these guys don't aren't too dissimilar. They're actually you're getting like a bit more armor and a little bit more melee attack. I think actually on the Mordor or actually more melee attack than you do on the bodyguards. Archers getting on 90 kills, 133, 103. And the Wargs 130 kills, which is really good. Mountain Trolls getting 189 kills, which is pretty solid as well. One getting 59. If only this one had got more kills, the battle could have been entirely different. But there you go, guys. That is today's Dawnless Days siege battle. If you did enjoy and want to see more, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, because we're working towards 12k subs. And yeah, if you want to see more epic sieges like this one, then definitely make sure you hit that subscribe button. We've got some more glorious ones, I'm sure, to come down the line. But until next time, guys, I'll see you folks in the next one. Bye for now.